couple of weeks ago, and right now your 50 and 20 is where you want to keep an eye on, which is above 250, 260, and then we'll continue to push into $3. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, guys. Well, this is your boy Francis. Welcome to the Trading Success Show. If this is your first time, you're welcome to this channel. Without further ado, guys, I'm bringing you live watch list, and these watch lists are for next week, the week coming, and the idea here is to analyze different stocks and chart different stocks and what level I will be watching come next week, guys. Well, if I cannot post all the stocks and review them here, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna post them on my stock tweet or on my Twitter account. So keep an eye on those too. Now, for the watch list, I have so many stocks, right? And this is not a recommendation to buy or to sell any equity or any stocks. It's just for entertainment purposes only. And I use Finviz most of the time to scan for these stocks. My top gunners, you know, my price above 200 moving average, these are pretty much gainers on the previous week. Okay, so without further ado, guys, the first thing I'm going to talk about is the market. SPY, S&P 500 ETF. Now, what is happening here is we've been pushing and pushing and pushing and pushing higher. Okay, we broke out of this spot and then retested it and then start pushing higher, right? So now what I'll be looking for is for the market to get to this trend resistance. That is the area I will be looking for price to really visit. If price, you know, reject this 470, we're gonna look for price to this 460. So 460 will act as some form of a support in the time being. If that 460 doesn't hold, then we'll be looking for price to revisit the 455. So keep an eye on the market. The market is really on the upside, you know, so keep an eye on the RSI as well, and keep an eye on your trading position sizes. All right, now the first one is going to be Emre. Okay, MROAI. This one has been really doing good. Right now I see a very large range of flag, right? So we need to break out of this area. If we can break out of this 620, we should be all right. Then we'll continue to push on the name, but keep an eye on it for this coming week. If this 520 holds, then I think we'll be able to bounce off that level. CNTX as well, I'm looking for a bounce off this 525 with 575 as our trend resistance. So keep an eye if we can push higher. Your risk is not, it's just really, you know, the $5 just in case it comes to that level, right? Next one is CYN. CYN as well, the same principle. 725 is going to be our support, and then we're looking for 825 as our immediate resistance. VINO, I'm looking for a bottom bounce on this one because right now our 20 and our 50 exponential moving average should be able to break through, and then 350. Just keep an eye on the 350 area, and then we'll continue to push higher. NEW as well. Right now we're looking at this area. Right now I'm looking for 80 cents on the name. We break 80 cents, I think we'll continue to push back into this $1.20. XROTX, this one right now, this action that happened on a Thursday was really fun action from, you know, below 325 all the way to 575, 580. So I'll be looking for price to really hold this $384 zone. Right now we're gonna have a little setback around the $4 zone, so keep an eye on that area if we can push through. Look at how we really bounce off this $3 zone, so keep an eye on that name. BAOS as well. Last week action was also a good deal because we got huge amount of volume on this day. So I'll be looking for price to try back, like, revisit this 50 exponential moving average, and then we break through. But keep an eye on that $2 on BAOS. AWS, keep an eye. This one right now, this was a really good push. This stock normally pop and fail. So right now 425 is gonna be our resistance zone. If we can break through, we should be all right. But right now we need to reclaim the 200 exponential moving average, or 200 moving average there. Now we also have SNDL. I'm looking for price to visit the 200 moving average on this SNDL, which is our 94.95 cents area. Okay, if price can push back into the $1, I think we'll be able to regain listing. But remember, we have to be above $1 for 10 consecutive days for them to regain listing. So keep an eye on this one. If reverse split doesn't come, I think they will try to push this to the upside. SUMR as well, keep an eye on this one. Your 50 is your spot to watch, and then we'll bounce back up. Overall, your support is going to be this bottom trend line on that name. CHCI, I'm looking for 200 moving average in the coming days. I'm swinging this one, and I'm hope it's not a strategy, guy, but I believe price will start to move higher on the name. LGHL as well. This is really looking good. Our support is right here around $2. Okay, if this 20 exponential moving average fail, then I'll be looking for this trend as a support, which coincide with the $2, and then we can continue to push higher. This is also what I call the inverse head and shoulder. This is the left side, this is the head, and this is the right side. So we're working on the right side right now. So keep an eye on it. If we can push through, then I think we'll be looking at $3 on LGHL. AREC, AREC. This one right now, our support is right 220. So keep an eye on this one. If we can break this trend, we will be all right. Then we can push into 240 or 260. 260 is going to act as our resistance, this area right here, and then we can visit the $3, which is our 200 moving average. RCMT as well. This has been a fantastic growth stock. I've been holding this, and right now my stop is back around the 550 area as my stop, just in case this trend fail. Then I know I have 550 as support. If it doesn't, then we'll be looking for $5. But overall, keep an eye on this area. As price begin to push, I think we'll get to $8 on the name. TTNP as well. Look for bottom bounce play. That's what I'm looking for. 180 break. I think we should be all right. Right now, I'm covering this back up. This CHEK. I dropped this off my radar a long time ago after I made profit off this stock. But right now, I think we're beginning to reclaim the $1 spot. So keep an eye on it and see if we can break to 110. I think we'll get to 135 easily. I'm looking for this box visit, which is also going to be our resistance at 135. And that resistance is our 200 moving average. So keep an eye on it. If we can get past through this noise, which is 110, 120, I think we'll be all right. We'll continue to push on the name. Also, VISL, I'm revisiting this because this has been a money maker for me, because I always buy on pullbacks on this name. So right now I'm looking for entry around the 185 spot, 180, 185 spot for the continuation higher into the 200 moving average revisit, just like we did earlier on that name. JUPW as well. Right now the noise is still there. We got to 225, which is our resistance spot, in order for us to close this gap. So we need this gap fill in the coming days. But for now, look for support around the 20 and 50 exponential moving average area, guys. Now IV arrow as well, this one is our 200 moving average is the area to watch. Okay, 200 right here, we tried to bounce but we couldn't, and then we failed. Right now we're trying to reclaim that 200 again. If we can reclaim 200, I think we'll be able to push even into the $4.50 or $5 on that. GTY this one right now, we're bouncing right off the 200 moving average. So you know, you see the 200 moving average is a very solid area to keep an eye on. KPTI as well, right now we are trying to revisit the $9 920 spot, which is our 200 moving average, so keep an eye on it. Right now we're really extended, we closed this gap into extension, so look for price to visit $9. If it doesn't, I'll be looking for a pullback into the $8 zone as well. Genius as well, JNUS. Right now we are looking for 150 break. I think we'll continue to push higher into the 230s, back up again as we push higher. CTHR, this one 335 is the area I'm watching on that. SGOC, keep an eye on this one. Right now we're looking for $7 break. $7 is your spot. This is a very good chart pattern for me. I'm looking for a good pop into $8. Also keep an eye on that. NAOV as well, the same thing, the same principle, but this one has a very good support around the 200 moving average, which is a good deal. So now we'll be looking for 175 177 area as acting as our resistance, which is going to be our 50 exponential moving average. And another favorite of mine is SALM, SALM. This one right now, we've been really tracking the 50. We've been tracking the 20 exponential moving average. Every time we get to the 50, we bounce right off sharply, right? So right now we are reclaiming the 20 again, so I'll be expecting some form of a movement on the name, but overall 342 340 is going to be your support, because why? That is your 50 exponential moving average spot. IX, this one has been pushing higher. I'm looking for $10 on this name. We tap that area, 950 break $10, then we can pull back to 9 or even 850, but keep an eye on that. NSYS as well, look for a bounce off this area, because your support right now is 950 $10 as we begin to grow. CLWT, we need to reclaim the 200, and then the boom boom candle is gonna set in right here. Boom boom candle, boom boom candles. So now I'm expecting some form of, you know, a boom boom candle right there as well. JAN, this one right now, this is Gen 1. So we are reclaiming the 50 exponential moving average spot, which also coincides with around the trend line, which is our downtrend. But right now, if this area can reclaim, I'll be looking for price to visit the 750 746 area, which is our 200 moving average resistance spot. So keep an eye on that spot, guys. Next is going to be MITT. We are breaking out of this trend, so look for price to really hold this $13. If we cannot bounce off this $13, I'll be looking for a pullback into this downtrend breakout spot. MTR as well, this is a bounce off the 200 moving average. Like I said, 200 moving average is a fantastic area for the big boys to pick up shares. We bounce right off and we're bouncing right off again, so keep an eye on that particular spot. BMRA, this one as well, $5 is going to be our resistance. If we can break $5, I think the sky is the limit on that. DT as well, look for 375 372 area break, and then we'll push through for break. I think we'll continue to test back to these highs around the 550 575. ALIM, we are breaking out of this downtrend. Okay, so I'll be looking for price to momentum push into 6 or 650, and then I'll pull back to revisit the $5. But overall, keep an eye on that name. ALZN, I will be looking for a pop come Monday, even if it's pre-market. Reason is because look at the volume came in really huge. Right now we're trying to break this area. That means our direction is now changing, right? So once we close right above this area, we'll now classify and define this as a direction change, which is a bottom bounce, movement to the upside. Then you look for $5 on that name as well. So WKHS, this one right now we are pulling back into support, so I would be looking for price to bounce off this area. If it doesn't, that will continue the bearishness into below $6 as well. NAKD, this one is also a fantastic one. Why? Every time we get to the 200 moving average, we get sold down. Okay, we pull back, right? That is crazy. We got to the 200, we'll pull back down and then bounce off the support. We got to 200 moving average again, then back down. So support is going to be around the 65 cents, 67 cents, and then we can continue to push higher. If this 200 moving average area breaks, I think we'll be able to push to reclaim $1 on the spot. UAVS, I'll be looking for a bottom bounce play. I think direction is about to change. TCAT as well, look for this. This is inverse head and shoulder. I'll be expecting $6 to hold as a support. WTRH, right now our support is going to be between this 135 and 153 zone. So I will average this, give me about 145. So keep an eye on this area for a bounce play on WTRH. And the other one I'll be talking about is CEI. CEI has been, down for quite a while. So I'll be looking for 145 break and then we'll continue to push higher. If it doesn't, 200 is going to act as a support, which is also a good deal as well. DATS, guys, 775 is your area. If that area breaks, you'll be looking for $7 as a support, but overall our resistance is coming in as 850, 875. So keep an eye on that name as well. REDU, look for a bounce play off this level. If it doesn't, we'll try to double bottom in this case, but know that we also have some form of an inverse head and shoulder kind of pattern, right side, left side, and the head. So keep an eye on that name as well. ODT, this one we pop into 330 and then back down to support. So support is going to act right there. CPOP as well, this one is going to be your long-term play. If this area fails, I think we'll revisit 275, but overall, I'll be looking for this trend break into $4.25. Now, any is another one that you have to keep an eye on, because why? We've been holding this level for quite a while. So the bigger the consolidation, the bigger the range. So we've been really consolidating into 750 and $6. So I'll be looking for some to pick some up come next week again, and then expect more push. A-Bio as well, I'll be looking for a bottom bounce. Agri, this one, AGRI, this one right now, the pop was, a couple of weeks ago, and right now, your 50 and 20 is where you want to keep an eye on, which is above 250, 260, and then we'll continue to push into $3. So, I like to sell on the way up. That is what I like to do, okay? Look at this pop, guys. Okay, for example, you pick some up here. Guess where you're going to be selling? You're going to be selling as price gets into resistance level. That's where you're going to be selling. And then your final position, you set your final position right around 350, so that when price really reject that area, you know that you're going home with huge profit, rather than leaving all your bags and yeah, we're going to the moon, right? So keep an eye on that name as well. AMPG did really good last week. I really like the price action because we just broke out of this resistance area, which is the $4, and then launched into 550. We couldn't make it to the 200 moving average, of course, right? But you know, I'll be expecting price to really hold this 425, 450 area, and then we'll continue to push on the name. SONM, I'm looking for bottom bounce play on that name. PSTV, bottom bounce play as well. That's what I'm looking for. This one is PETV. Okay, we broke out of this area. Right now, if price really reject that 350 spot again, I'll be looking for price to revisit $3 or 275. So keep an eye on that name. Okay, NXTD as well, I'll be looking for a bounce off this $4 area, so keep an eye on that. HLBZ, our support is going to come in at $10, so keep an eye on that. SNTG as well, I'll be looking for a bounce play. This is a bounce play, guys. MRIN, bottom, this area right now, this $6 is just your bottom zone, which is going to be your support, so I'll be looking for more into the $8 as we speak, so keep an eye on that. And finally, PED, I'll be looking for a support here, because why? We also have the 200 moving average right now, which is 146, 150 area as our support. We can also shake the weekends into 140 as well, but right now keep an eye on this area, and then we'll continue to push into, you know, the 180, 175, 180 spot. So I do like it. I do like a momentum to really shift into this name as well. We don't have volume coming in, but ROSI is also a decent deal, guys. Well, with that being said, guys, you're welcome to the Trading Success Show. Thank you for being here. Thank you for listening. If you have any question, concern, email me at thetradingsuccessshow@gmail.com. Have a fantastic weekend. Go out there and be positive. Go out there and show people how much you love them, and take care of everyone you meet on the street. And peace and love, guys. Bye-bye.